me. Why? Because 20 years ago, one of the first things I came across after I met that psychic, and a constant theme, was of a vibrational change that was coming, that was going to wake humanity up from its coma, its sleeping beauty state.
So give people the sunglasses.
Yeah, and the other theme was that this energetic change was going to bring to the surface all that had been hidden from humanity. And there was no sign of either at the time. But the theme was so powerful that I called this new energetic change the truth vibrations. In fact, my first book I ever wrote after my awakening, mind explosion, was called Truth Vibrations, after this energetic change. That's 20 years ago, right at the start. And as these 20 years have passed, I have seen the truth vibrations demonstrably, more and more with every passing year, awaken more and more people to a much more expanded perception of self and the world. It's happening, and it's happening faster and faster on an exponential curve. And then you look at what we knew, Theo, about what was going on in the world, the manipulation and all the background. What do we know 20 years ago? What do we know now? What do we know more every hour, every day, every week? That's all that's remained hidden will be brought to the surface. That's what I was told 20 years ago, and it's happening. And what I suggest is happening, I mean, people have to just feel what they think about it, is that what we're going through is, I talked there about this vibrational base construct, which is coming out of the black holes. That is now very powerfully in the process of changing its vibrational state. We're in this cusp between how it was, the suppressed, the limited era, which in astrology comes down to a kind of a Saturn period, and I think that's very significant. Saturn's very much involved in this, and this epoch we're coming out of. Saturn, yeah, and we're going to find out why Saturn has so many moons as we go along. Anyway, that's for another day. So as this energy changes, it's triggering different photon information from the suns, in this case our sun, and so people are starting to, those more open to it first, are starting to decode a different base information construct. And what that's doing is changing their perception as we decode it and move into a different era. If you put information on a software disk, it will manifest that on the screen. If you change the information on the software disk, there's no way it's going to manifest the same stuff on the screen. You've just changed the basic information construct of which that screen is a projection. So what's on the screen must change. And what we're doing is we're going through this period now of fantastic energetic change, and we're moving more and more into a new epoch of expansion, of harmony, of love, of understanding, of awareness, all the things that people call utopia. We're moving into it. And this is why I say in the book, and I've been saying it for years too, to be fair, is that it's no coincidence that it's at this time, of all times, that the control system is throwing the kitchen sink, the plug, and everything at us. It wants microchips at birth. It's getting chemical infestation and chemical imbalancing of the body through the infestation of chemicals in food, the electromagnetic microwave soup that it's creating all around us, that is affecting us chemically, and if it imbalances that, it imbalances us vibrationally. How they are wishing more and more control, more and more suppression, more and more surveillance. The surveillance stuff is not for the general population. It's for those people waking up who can see it, who want to do something about it. And they're throwing this stuff at us now, genetically modified food. What is that designed to do? Genetically modify us. And what the whole kind of totality of that is, it's trying to batten down the hatches against this vibrational change, to stop it affecting humanity in terms of Sleeping Beauty gets kissed, in a way that will most powerfully awaken humanity to a new perception of self and the world, which will bring the control system down, because that ignorance of all those things is what holds it together. We're standing there holding the house of cards together. Once we suss that's what's going on and we start to realize who we really are, not Joe Public, not David Icke, not Ethel Jones, infinite consciousness, having an experience as David Icke and Ethel Jones, etc., suddenly the power dynamics move. And they're desperately terrified of that happening. Well, I'm sorry, guys, you know, this is the situation I would suggest. The energetic information epoch on which the control system has been developed and founded. And, of course, we're seeing it now because it's so desperate to batten down the hatches. It's had to break the surface and become more obvious. But it's been controlling us subliminally all along, and it wanted to keep that. It wanted to keep that subliminal control. No one's questioning it. No one's challenging it. Oh, piece of cake, this is. Now, because people are waking up, they could see down the timeline and they knew this was coming. They have timed this control system barrage to try to keep the lid on this. They can't. They can't. We are now at a cusp, and therefore there's lots of this, because this is now fading out, but it's still there and trying to hang on. This is coming in more and more with every day and every hour, which is going to transform this reality from a prison to a paradise. And we are going to see this control system coming down. You know, people talk about 2012. Again, 2012 kind of comes into this in the sense that they talk about an epoch change. I think 2012 is much overrated. I think its greatest importance is it's not 2011. But 2013 is even more important than 2012, because this energetic change is gathering pace and impact all the time. And
are you saying that
I say by 2016-17, mate, this control system's coming down. We're going to start to see a completely different world, because we will be manifesting and decoding into reality a completely different world. The control system doomed.
You're saying this is the end game, and we need to be awake enough to take advantage of the good stuff that's happening.
Yeah, the thing is,
to overthrow the tyranny, if you like. Is that what you're saying? I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Well, no, I use this analogy all the time. We're at a fork in the road. And people can choose to stay in this epoch, which is a dying epoch. Its energetic construct is being dismantled. And like I say, when that ceases to be, its holographic expression ceases to be. You know, you take the control system off the software disk, it ain't on the screen anymore. And this vibrational change is what's doing it. These people are desperate. You know, they're walking around, oh, we're in control, and it's just a done deal. You know, whistling in the dark, darling. Wishful